Okay, so in this last video of this set, we're going to go ahead and program the robot to solve the same maze we did in the previous two videos. But this time we're going to do it with the raw code that we wrote together in class. And I'm not going to rewrite the whole thing because it took a little while. But basically, if you recall, we created some variables, you know, the left and right servo variables here, and the pins are connected to. We set those pins to output so that we could actually write to them a pulse. And then we did actually create individual functions where we would pulse high and then low one of the servos. So in this case, it was the left servo first, then the right servo. Okay, and then we held both of those low for 20 additional milliseconds. Okay, and you'll notice that once again, because this servo here tends to be a little faster than this one, that I have the right servo pulsed at 1200 microseconds or 1.2 milliseconds, so that it slows down just a bit. Maximum speed is actually 1000. And at 1000 the robot veers off. So we would expect that this particular set of function calls to solve our maze would be pretty similar to that of the robot motion module. So the maze, once again, is right here. We're going to start here. We have to kind of go around this box and end someplace on this X. And to do that, we'll build it by section. I think it seems reasonable. And if I'm starting here, the first thing I got to do is get close to here where my box is. So let me go ahead and just do that, which is pretty quick. And if I'm not mistaken, on that very first one, I think we went forward. Actually, I believe we actually called the default, if I'm not mistaken. We really lucked out. We copied it from the servo motion module where the test thing was 88. I'm going to set it to 90. So this is going to pulse both of those servos 90 times, and then we should stop here. Now I have a while true. So unlike the servo library, I do not need to make a stop. Okay, I can actually just pulse it, and it's going to stop as soon as we get done pulsing it. All right. So if I load this guy up, what should happen is, of course, the robot will begin to blink. As soon as it's on, it's already loaded. And if I go to the maze, I'm hopeful that it's just going to drive forward and stop right before this box here. So let's just give it a quick check. Should be fine. And if it goes about the same distance, I think we'll be able to actually move a lot of the code from the first set. Okay, looks perfect. So I'm going to take and basically follow the same pattern that we had on that first one with the servo motion module, and then kind of put it into here. So, and in fact, I have it over here. I'll just drag both of these side by side. Oops, plug that guy in. Forgot to turn off the motor switch. Alright, so let's drag these two side by side. This is what we did on the very first video. If you didn't watch it, basically we just went through step by step by step and built a series of function calls that made it go through the maze. And then here we are on the raw code one. So if we go forward, I'm going to assume that the next thing we're going to do is turn right. Okay. And in the original one, we did a right fast of 20 steps. Let's see what happens here. Let's just do a turn right of, say, 20 steps. And we won't go too far. And then we did a forward of 70. So I'm going to do a forward of 70. And then we did a turn left of 15. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. Of 15. Alright, let's see if this is even close, okay? So what should happen now, if we hold this up, we should go forward 90. Whoops, dang it, sorry. Go forward 90 from here, put us about here. We should turn right, so we're still here, but we just rotate the robot. Then we're going to go forward about 90, which should put us about here, I assume. And then we're going to turn left about 15, so we maybe do a little bit of a diagonal. Let me load this up, and we'll give it a try. So here we go, load this up. And lights flashing, so we're good to go. I can pull this out and then switch over to the maze. Alright, so let's see. We're going to go 90 forward, turn right. Looks pretty good. So it's almost, looks like it's going to follow pretty much the same path that we got with the servo motion module, except we're going to be doing it with the homemade code. So let me plug this in. This might be the fastest one yet. Okay. So let me drag, we'll rotate that camera. We'll drag our other code over so we can run them side by side. Okay, so we're at the turn left. Now we went forward fast 70, so we went forward 70. And then we did a left of 20. And then we did a forward of 90. Wow, this would be amazing if this works. Okay, let's go ahead and load that up. Get this out of here. Lights flashing. We are ready to pull the cable. Switch it over. Maybe it'll actually work first time. That would be remarkable. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Perfect. Okay. So our homemade code works just as well as the servo, or just as predictably as the servo motion module, which I think is pretty cool. So there you go. That's how you would use the 3 basic sets of code that we've created. And next thing I'll do is I'll give you a challenge, which is basically going to be solving a maze. But you can do it any way you want and shoot a video of it. So I will shoot that very short video, and I will see you all again really soon.